Have you ever wondered, how are Bursa Malaysia's marketplace being monitored? Would you like to know how the marketplace is maintained orderly and fair? Welcome to Bursa Malaysia. We are the frontline regulator of the equity and derivatives markets. So, what does this mean for you? Through Bursa Malaysia regulation, we ensure the markets you invest in are orderly and fair, so that you have timely, accurate, and complete information to make informed investment decisions. Are able to trade in a fair and efficient environment. Have confidence in your brokers to provide secure and trusted services to you. So, how do we protect the marketplace? We have multidisciplinary teams in Bursa Malaysia regulation that focus on specific areas while collaborating with each other to provide a comprehensive network of safeguards for investor protection. We also work closely with other regulators and law enforcement agencies. Real-time surveillance of the market. We have a market surveillance team that acts as your market police. They monitor the stock market against irregular trading activities in day-to-day trading. This team uses an automated surveillance system to monitor trading in the equity and derivatives markets in real time. Should irregular trading activities be detected, this team of specialized analysts will fact-check and engage the brokers involved for their immediate action. Supervision of intermediaries. As safeguarding the integrity of the marketplace is paramount to us, our intermediary supervision team secures the protection of your trading and deposits through consistent broker monitoring and inspection. Disclosure. Continuing listing obligations and gatekeeping of listed companies or products. To be ASEAN's leading, sustainable, and globally connected marketplace, Bursa Malaysia places high emphasis on the quality of our listed companies. This begins from the approving of new listings on the exchange, through to ensuring that listed companies remain of quality through governance and compliance. As it is imperative for investors to be well informed in the fast-paced financial world, Bursa Malaysia regulations listing and corporate surveillance teams monitor companies' corporate announcements so that they are disseminated to you in a timely and accurate manner. Enforcement action is taken should there be any failure to do so, or should there be any material inaccuracies to the announcements made. As we are also a venue for listed companies' secondary fundraising, our relevant departments work together to ensure investors' funds are always used as mandated. We have a dedicated team of finance experts to examine corporate disclosures, including financial reports, so that they are accurate and timely that you can rely on. Within Bursa Malaysia regulation, we have subject matter experts that look at the various international sustainability reporting frameworks that are constantly evolving to ensure that our disclosure requirements are appropriately benchmarked. This ultimately drives the desired improvements in our PLC sustainability disclosures as well as practices. Taking enforcement action. So what happens when the persons are regulated by us? Be they brokers, advisors, listed companies, directors, or their representatives, breach our rules. Appropriate action will be taken against them. The types of action taken would depend on the severity of the breach. Suspected breaches will be investigated, and enforcement actions will be taken if the breach is proven. Our enforcement proceedings and actions are consistent and fair as cases are discussed in a robust manner through our regulatory committees, comprising independent individuals with relevant experience and backgrounds. Policy and rulemaking. Bursa regulation is the guardian to the 10 rule books of the securities and derivatives markets. Rules drawn up by the regulatory policy and advisory team are always outcome-focused. Industry or public consultations with the relevant key stakeholders will be undertaken, alongside rigorous benchmarking processes to ensure the rules are relevant, effective, fit for purpose, and on par with international standards. Each multidisciplinary team in Bursa Malaysia regulation is intertwined and interact proactively to ensure high standards in market integrity.
All right. Can I start now, Mr. George?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So, hi and hello everyone. Welcome to this webinar brought to you by Bursa Malaysia and managed by our company LifeChamp. My name is Alia and I'll be the moderator for today's session. Our title for today is Develop an Eagle Eye: How to Identify Red Flags of Investment Scams. Investment scams have to become a serious issue in Malaysia, affecting thousands of people every year. We constantly hear stories of individuals losing their hard-earned saving to promises of quick return and too good to be true opportunities. The reality is, these scams aren't just about losing money, but they leave people financially devastated and emotionally scared. That's why it is so important to stay informed, be cautious, and recognize the red flags before it's too late. So today, we are honored to have Mr. George Paul to share his expertise on how to interpret financial statement. So before we begin, allow me to make a short disclaimer. Please be reminded that everything that has been shared is that going to be shared is this session is mainly for educational purpose, and by no way we are providing you with advice to buy or sell any securities. You are 100% liable if you are make any investment decision. Now, allow me to briefly introduce our speaker for today, and he is none other than Mr. George Poh. Mr. George Poh is a financial practitioner and financial coach who has more than 11 years of investment experience and 4 years of working experience in wealth management and financial planning industry. He also a co-founder of EE Cameron. He is the certified member of Financial Planning Association of Malaysia (FPAM) with Certified Financial Planner (CFP) qualification. George is the holder of Capital Market Service Representative License (CMSRL) and a Financial Advisor Representative (FAR) license approved by Securities Commission Malaysia and Bank Negara Malaysia. Without further ado, please welcome Mr. George Poh. Hi, and how are you, Mr. George Poh?
Hi, Alia. Good evening
Hi.
and good evening to everyone. Okay, let me share my screen. All right. Let me see the response from our participants today. Can everyone see my screen right now? If you can see it, just type in the chat box and let me know. Just put in 222 so that I can see. Wow. Everyone can see my screen. All right, good. So you can also hear me clearly, right? Good. Right. So today's our sharing will be about to develop an eager eye for every one of you to identify the red flags of investment scams in Malaysia. Now, before I actually start my sessions, I would like to ask every one of you, have any one of you encountered a real life investment scam before? Now, if you have, if you have encountered it, just put in 1. If you have not encountered it before, put in a 0 for me. Okay, I just want to catch some information about how many of you have actually encountered. We wouldn't say that you have make losses to the investment scam, but you have encountered it. Wow, I can see a lot of you. Okay, near miss. Yeah, that means you have encountered it, but you have be very smart of it, and you have avoided the scams as well. Now, to many of you who have encountered it, I wouldn't know whether you have lost your money or you have not, right? And I wish that you have not lost your money to the scams. Now, you are smart. You are smart. And to begin with my sharing today, I would like to urge every one of you to actually, if your friends, your families are with you, ask them to come and join you for today's sessions, because this is not only to be benefit to you, but it's also going to be benefited to all your friends and your families, because we couldn't know any one of our friends will be the victims of the scams. All right. So if your friends are with you, ask them to join you to our webinar today. If they are not, send the link to them. Okay. And ask them, hey, you must join in today, because today we are going to share with you how to develop the eager eye within yourself, so you can, be clearer when you look at any investment opportunity in the market, right? Now, let me play with my slides. All the disclaimers done, my profile. Now, let me go straight into the learning outcomes. What you're going to learn today will be to understand the types of investment scams in Malaysia. And not only to let you know how many types are there in Malaysia, but also how these scammers or the scam groups operate their scams. Wow, this is very important, because when we do investment, we need to understand the business model, right? And we need to understand the fundamental of it before we actually invest into a company. Now, this is similar. When we want to identify an investment scam, we also need to know how they operate, because only from there we can avoid ourselves from the scam itself. Okay. Now, secondly, throughout the sessions, I will also, share with you how to recognize some key red flags of investment scams and avoid you from falling into those fraudulent schemes. Sounds good? All right, sounds good, right? Then next, I also will share with you some psychological tactics used by the scammers in the market right now. Okay, and last but not, and the second last is how to verify the legitimacy of investment opportunities. Now, today you come to our Bursa webinar. This is one of the official way for you to learn if this person or the speaker is a legit or a real person, right? Other than you go to another webinar, which is not, hosted by a legit, what we call a legit source, right? And last but not least, to know the full official channels. Now, if you or your friends, therefore become the victims of the scams, now don't worry, we have some official channels to help you to report investment scams. But you don't quote me, because most of the investment scams, we will not be able to recover our losses. According to some statistics for Malaysia's our police, right? Only I think about 2%, 2 to 3% able and successfully recovered their investment losses. And many of them, plenty of them did not able to recover back their investment losses due to the scams. So if you or your friends, they are, victims of the investment scam, don't worry, you still need to report anyway, whether we're able to recover it or not, but we still need to report it so that our governments, our enforcement agencies, they will take it serious and they will do even better. All right, now let us quickly move into the first topic of the day, the introduction to investment scams. Now, many of you heard about scams a lot now, but what is the real definition of investment scams? Now, according to official definition, an investment scam is a fraudulent scheme promising high returns with little or no risk. Now, this sounds good, right? Because any investment, when somebody approach you, for example, not me, not George, maybe you meet a new person, his name is Georgie, right? When you meet Georgie out there in the street, and then he come and promise you, hey, Abu, I have some investment, fantastic investment with a monthly return of 10%, a monthly return of 10%. And you know what? This is a special offer for you. And because you are my friend, I'm going to share this investment scheme only to you, and you no need to fork out huge capital. Now, for everyone out there, maybe they need to invest 100,000, 200,000. But because you are my friend, I'm going to offer you with 50,000 capital. Invest in me, every month I give you 10%. Now, this sounds fishy, right? And if somebody you bump into on the street tell this kind of thing, it might trigger you that, oh, this sounds good, but this also sounds fishy. So this is what we mean investment scam. Now, many of you will tell me, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. How will I fall into this kind of investment scam? Now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How many of you here think that you are not stupid? That you will never fall victim to the investment scam? If you think you are not stupid, give me a 1. Give me a 1. If you think you might get a chance, become the victim of the scam, you put a 0 for me. I just want to see how many of you are very smart here. Oh, I can see a lot. Oh, a lot of you saying that you are smart. You are not stupid. Now, let me tell you, let me share with you. Okay, after our today's sharing sessions, after today's sharing sessions, go to Google, go to Google and you search investment scam Malaysia. Okay, and right, in Google search, we have a lot of column there, the tabs over there, images, news, and whatnot, right? Click on the news, click on the news, investment scam Malaysia, click on the news, and you will be shocked because a lot of the victims of the investment scam, who are they? Let me share with you, because I do Google search as well. Every now and then I do Google search on this. You will see company directors, you will see remisers, brokers, you will see bankers, you will see accountants, and you will see a lot more other, executive level, management level, corporate level people get scammed by all these fraudulent schemes. So don't tell me that you are not stupid. Every one of us, I also believe that I'm not stupid either. No, I'm smart. I won't fall victim to all these investment scams. But we still have to be careful because while our knowledge evolving, the scammer also improve their skill. Okay, the scammer also improve their skill. They are not like the older time, right? They will just give you a call, and when when you receive the call, you will just think that, oh, this is so fake and this is just a scam. No, our scammers today will not do that. Okay, they will not be so stupid as well. Right now, how all these things work? Let me share with you how all these things works. Our scammer, they will get your trust. So when they come in and become your friend, they will try to build trust before they even talk about investment returns and whatnot to you. They will not even ask for your money at the very beginning, but they will just want to build the trust with you. After they have built the trust with you, they will start to influence your emotion. Okay, they will start to influence your emotion, and you will start to, getting, getting monitored, and they will just manipulate you. Right now, let's see if you are the victim. Okay, if you are the victim, when this scammer come to you and he built a trust relationship with you for the past 1 month, okay, he has been sharing some investment knowledge to you, some news, some of the investment he had made in the past 1 month, and you feel that, wow, this guy is brilliant, his investment return is so good, that you started to believe in him. You started to believe that he is the expert. He is the professional who can do a very good investment. And every time he will come and share with you, hey, George, you know what? I feel sad to you. I'm very good in investment, but I couldn't help you. You know what? So if they will try to manipulate your emotion, and when you have a trust with this scammer, okay, and when they start to, try to play, the empathy card with you, oh, I'm so sad for you, you should follow me and whatnot. I think, I earn so much money, I think you should earn that much also. So they will come and talk to you like this, okay? And that's when the time they will ask you, hey, why not, George? I actually invest through this platform. They'll start to share with you the platform that they invest or the investment scheme that they actually invested in, but it's a scam, okay? Remember, it's a scam. So when you are friends with this person, you have the trust with this guy, your emotion is actually manipulated by this person, you will put your money into this fake investment. Okay, you will put your money into this fake investment. Now, when I share with you how this actually works. Okay, now I want to just revisit, my question to you just now. Do you think you are still very smart? If you think you still very smart and you will not fall victim to this kind of patterns and this kind of operations of the scam, give me a number 3. Give me a number 3. If you think, no, I still think I might be stupid one time, and fall victim to all this, you give me a 4. Now, I want you to revisit my question earlier after I share with you how likely the scammer is going to do their operation. Now, let me see how many of you actually say that. Okay, a lot of you still say that you are still smart. Very good. That's very good, because now I have shared one more tips to you, right? That how they works, and this is how you're able to avoid it, right? Now, let me share with you the data in Malaysia. Okay, the data in Malaysia. Now, this is the data I get it from the Edge Malaysia, published by the Edge Malaysia, and it's actually the information from Securities Commission Malaysia. Now, these are the numbers of complaints and inquiries on unlicensed activities and scam are on the rise. You see, in 2019, Securities Commission, they have received about 774 complaints or inquiries on unlicensed activities. Or we can say maybe these are investment schemes that are not licensed, and they might probably be a scam, right? In 2019, it's about 774. In the year of COVID-19, in 2020, this number increases to 1,798 cases. Okay, and these are just the complaint that they receive, not the actual amount of cases that people just get scammed, right? In 2020, the number jumped up about 132%. In 2021, this number jumped to 3,475 cases just in 1 year. Okay, just in 1 year, it nearly doubled. It nearly doubled in a year. And you can see from 2019 to 2021, this number actually jumped quadrupled. See, so from 774 times cases to 3,475 cases just in 2 years times. Now, this is how scary the unlicensed activities or the scams in the market. And these are only the complaints, not the actual victims or the scams, And let me share with you the other data or information. According to our Deputy Communication Minister, Teo Jing, back in 2024, she actually mentioned about this. Total losses recorded from scams, recorded from scams by NSRC. Now, do you know what is NSRC? Can any one of you tell me what is NSRC? Do you know about NSRC? Okay. Oh, surprisingly, not many of you know about NSRC. Now, after today, I want you to remember this. Okay, I want you to remember this NSRC, because they are the center of our National Scam Response Center. Yes, you are right. I see some of you are very smart, right? They are the National Scam Response Center, and we have a dedicated phone call number you can reach to them. Okay, remember the number 997. Okay, remember the number 997. This is our NSRC hotline. Okay, now this is something similar to the 999 when you call for emergency. 997 is the emergency hotline for scams. If you think that you have been scammed or you have received a scam, a potential scam, don't worry, just give them a call and they will record it. Now, these are the total losses recorded by them in 2023, and you can see a majority of it, 33% of it, are investment scams. Right, let us look at the statistic over here. About 33% are in investment scams, and another 28% in e-commerce scam. Now, when we want to total around all the finance scams, we look at investment scams, e-finance scam, and also love scams. And also the non-existent loans you can see it added up nearly about 45% of it are in the finance industry. The investment scams, e-finance scams, and also the non-existent loan scam. And this is very scary. About half of it is about financial scam, right? And why investment scams are rising in Malaysia? Any one of you, you have any idea, any idea, just share with me. Why do you think that investment scams are actually rising in Malaysia? Okay, you might say that, oh, because Malaysians, our financial literacy is not that good. Okay, easy money. Wow, well, you are at the, at the scammer's standpoint, because this is an easy money. I just operate this kind of operation or project, I can earn money. Now, this is from the point of view of the scammer, but we just put in our view as the general public. Why investment scams are rising in Malaysia? Now, first of all, because, oh wow, FD rates low, people love money. Okay, people are greedy. You are all right. Now, scammers, they are very smart and they hook on the greedy, right? But why investment scams are rising? Let me share with you. First thing first is the digitization of everything. Now, you remember, okay, back in 10 years ago, our government, everyone is shouting about, hey, we need to do digitization. We need to go into our IR 4.0 and everything. Now, digitalization is something that makes the scams more easier to reach to people. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? You know what? Social media, messaging apps, these are very much approachable, and I can say a lot of you have more than one social media account, right? Any one of you have more than 4 social media account. More than 4, that means you have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and maybe you have, a YouTube or a Telegram account. More than 4. Any one of you, or TikTok? No, we don't call, sorry, Twitter. We don't call Twitter anymore. We call it X, right? How many of you have more than 4 social media accounts? Now, when you have more social media accounts, it makes you more appear, and you make you more attractive to all the scammers because you are more approachable. They can find you from everywhere. So this is first thing. Digitalization makes everything so easy for us and also for the scammers. All right. The second thing is the economic uncertainty. After the pandemic, and what happened after the pandemic? I believe every one of you can relate to this. After the pandemic, good price increase, right? Inflations. And when inflation concerns, people are desperate and more desperate for quick money than before. Before COVID, people are okay. Inflation is just moderate, we can live with it. But after the MCO, after the pandemic, many people lost their job. Many people, their salary get cut, and people just find that, oh, the goods price are increasing hugely, compared to pre-pandemic. And people are more desperate for money. And as what you all mentioned just now, greedy. Because when they desperate for money, they will become greedy. And when they become greedy, it is a good time for scammer to come in, because when there is needs, they will be, but when there is the needs, there will be a way. So scammers just come in and provide another method for you to earn that quick money. And now you will be the quick money for the scammer, right? And the third thing, why investment scams are rising in Malaysia is because of the sophisticated deception. Nowadays, okay, how many of you have actually seen the ads, the advertisement of a scammer impersonating another person on the social media and try to promote you and to lure you into their investment scam? Have any one of you watched or see this kind of fake advertisement to lure you into the investment scheme? Have any one of you seen it on social media before? Just put in if you have seen it before. Okay, good. A lot of you have seen it, right? And I just want to let you know, if you so happen to saw my video on the Facebook or on social media sharing about, hey, I have a very good investment scheme. I have a very good investment opportunity for you. Come in and join my WhatsApp group. Okay, I will be very particular. If I ask you to join into my WhatsApp group, okay, don't join, because I will never do that. Okay, now this is a chance for me to actually share with you, right? If you saw me, on Facebook, in the video, that the face doesn't look as handsome as I am today, because I think I look handsome, right? If you think that the people you saw on the video is not that handsome as in George today, and he is asking you to, join his WhatsApp community, he will share with you how he earn money. Hey, don't just swipe away. Click on the report ads. Okay, click on the report ads because you want to report the scammer. All right. And these are the reason why investment scams are rising in Malaysia. And let me share with you how bad, the investment scam will impact our life. The first thing, it will be a financial losses to everyone, because many people actually lost their life savings, their retirement funds. If you look at, if you go back, you Google search all the news, and you will see a recent news. We have a 77 years old, a retiree, lost his millions in retirement funds to investment scams. Millions. And this money is what we talk about, his hard-earned money. Throughout his entire life, he has been saving, for his retirement. And because of that one scam, all the millions dollars of his retirement fund just disappeared. This is so sad, And because of the financial losses, you will get emotional consequences. Some victims, they will feel guilty, they will feel stressed, and they will have lack confidence in the future investment. Okay, over here, I want to share with you another cases of a scam. I think some of you might have actually read the news before. Last year, one of our ex-badminton national players, our mixed double players, has actually she has actually posted on Facebook regarding a scams that she had faced, and she lost almost majority of her savings. Have any one of you actually read the article on this last year? And this was the active athlete of Malaysia, and they are working hard, playing to shine our Jalur Gemilang around the world, yet they still fall victims to all these things. And you know what? When I read the articles, I can feel that she feel guilty. She feel guilty about why she fall victim to the scams. She feel guilty. Other than guilty, there is stress. I can see that, wow, she's so stressed because from now on, she have to work even harder to recover all the savings that she get. Okay, now Miss Lei Ping. I don't think her name is Lei Ping. You can just look it up from Google search as well. One of our ex-badminton national players. She's active right now. A mixed double player, and it's the female. Okay, it's a she. Yeah, Beijing. Yes. I think it's the name. Yes, look it up. Okay, look it up, and you will know what I mentioned. What I'm sharing here. More for me is on the emotional consequences that she faced, right? And last, you don't think that, wow, this is only about my money and my emotion. No, investment scams is something also impacting our society. You see, when too many people fall victims to the scams, do you think that they will have trust in the legitimate investment scam, investment opportunity or not? Do you think that they will have the confidence anymore? Or they will lose their confidence, and whenever there is a good investment opportunity for them, do you think, is it a high chance that he will take it or high chance that he will not take it? Right, damage is already there. So they will not take it anymore, even if the investment opportunity is a legitimate one, because they have lost trust in investment. Now, this will impact to our society. and this will impact to our economic growth. So this is why we need to promote anti-investment scams and the knowledge how to identify all the scams, to every one of you, right? Now, let me show you some other common psychological tactics that used by the scammers. First thing first, they are using this term of fear of missing out. Now, I won't ask you whether you have heard it before, because I'm for sure 100% of you have heard FOMO before. Okay, now what is FOMO? Let me just use one phrase to illustrate what is FOMO. FOMO is the mindset that, wow, everyone is making money. I don't want to miss out. Now, this is the mindset of fear of missing out. A scammer knows you very well. He knows that you are a person that will have this fear of missing out. And they will start to come to you. Hey, don't worry. I have the chance to earn that much money. You will also have the chance. So they come in and build the trust this way to tap on your FOMO. Secondly, they will also use some authority bias, some fake endorsement from celebrities or so-called financial experts to let you have the confidence into their investment scheme. Now, have you seen, recent news on fake endorsement for celebrities on financial, schemes or scams and whatnot? They are a lot. They are a lot. Now, do you say, we will ponder why celebrities give their endorsement to all these scams? No, I also wondered it. I also always think about it. Why the celebrities, some high level people, they will try to endorse these kind of things, and I often get two answers for myself. Two answers. First thing, maybe they don't know this is a scam. When somebody approach them, sounds so right, sounds so professional, and they don't think this is the scam, so they endorse it. Secondly, they know this is a scam, but because these people give him or her a lot of money, when you endorse my company, when you endorse my investment scheme, I will share 20% of my profit to you. Now, when it is money and when there is greedy, then celebrities might take this opportunity, to earn that. So this is also some psychological tactics that the scammer will use. And believe or not, when people see their favorite actors, their favorite artist is the ambassador of the so-called investment scheme, they will believe it, right? They will believe it. Let me just share with you an example. Just let me share with you an example. If one day you see your most favorite K-pop singers or artists, your most favorite K-pop artist become the ambassador of this so-called investment scheme, will you give it a try to actually invest into that scheme? Will you give it a try? If you say yes, put in a yes. If you say no, I don't have any favorite. Oh, Brad Pitt. Oh, now you don't want K-pop, right? You want Brad Pitt? Yes. Maybe it's not a K-pop artist. Maybe it's some Hollywood stars. Hollywood stars. Some famous singers from the United States and whatnot, right? You might, right? You might. So this is something happen, that scammers that use. And the third thing is urgency and scarcity. Sometimes they will just share with you, hey, you know what? I only have 10 slots to take in for this 10% per month investment scheme. And I'm actually running out all the slots. I have one more limited slot for you. If you don't sign up today, tomorrow you will miss it. They will use this kind of, marketing tactic to gauge your attention and to ask for your money as soon as possible. You will deposit all your money, to urge you, to show you the scarcity over there. Now, these are some of the tactics. And last but not least, they will tell you, hey, you know what? This is a guaranteed return. So you see, when people start to promise you a fixed, high guaranteed return, and sounds no risk at all. This is impossible. This is impossible. The only fixed and guaranteed returns is in fixed deposit. And the risk is very low. Why? Because we have PIDM protects. We have PIDM to protect our savings in the bank. Now, this for me, we call it no risk or very low risk. Right? Other than all these things, don't believe in it. Okay. Now, after we have learned the introduction of investment scams, now we need to go through types of investment scams in Malaysia. Okay, now before I actually go into it, I would actually like to see how many of you, you know about some investment scams, some type of investment scam in Malaysia. List it down for me, in the comment sections. What are the investment scams that you actually faced or encountered in the past? Or gold, okay, gold scam. What else? QM, CSA. So QM for me is a gold scam. CSA is the loan scam. Okay, gold. Surprisingly, a lot of you talk about gold scam. Property scam. Now I would like to know more about the property scam. What it is about? Share investment. Pretty common here. IPO investment, yes, very common in Malaysia as well. These are all the love scam. Yeah, love scam come with the cium. Come with the cium. Yes, love scam. Love scam has been, the legendary, the scam in Malaysia. I think since many years ago. Forex scam. Okay, job scam. Yes, these are all scams, crypto scams now. Job scam, I wouldn't categorize it as investment scams because they are not investment, but still they are scam over there, right there, out there in the market right now. Right now, I have 5 types of investment scams in Malaysia to share with you. Now, first thing is the Ponzi, or what we call a pyramid scheme scam. Okay, now this always happen in gold scam. Am I right? Always you will see most likely in the gold scam that they will use Ponzi scheme or the pyramid scheme together and to scam you. Right. Now the second one is the Forex or the crypto scams. I categorize it together because they are all currency related. Right. So it's a Forex or a crypto scams. Now the third thing is unlicensed investment scheme. Now this investment might sounds legit, but they are non-licensed. Okay, always bear in mind, we have our regulatory body, governing our investment. So all those they don't get licensed, for example, we have some crypto platform, cryptocurrency trading platform. They don't have any license in Malaysia. Now, when you invest into this platform, you need to be careful because they are unlicensed. Okay, now this is the scams. Now, some people might use this as an opportunity to scam you. We don't know, right? And the fourth is the fake IPO or shares or stock investment scam. Okay, now this has been rising and become very common because IPO is a hot topic right now in Malaysia. Am I right? IPO is a hot topic. And from what I heard from the news, there will be around more than 70 IPOs this year alone, onboarding to our Bursa Malaysia. So when there are a lot of IPO, we need to also be careful because there might be a lot of IPO scams as well. And last but not least, the loan scams. Okay, the loan or financing scams. Now, I will go through one by one. The first thing is the Ponzi or the pyramid scheme. So how this kind of scheme actually scam people, or what is their modus operandi? So basically, they'll rely on money from new investor to pay their earlier investor. So they were creating an illusion to you that the scheme is actually making money, but it's actually from the person that you have referred or you have recruited into the scheme. Their money will become your earning, right? Some of you know, some of you don't know, right? And these schemes will collapse once the recruitment is slower because they have lesser new money to pay you the the returns that they have promised. And sooner or later, these people will take all the money and run away. Okay, now how they can, you know, attract you to actually do more promotion of them and recruit more people? They will give you extra commission. For example, when you invest into this, let's say a gold scam, right? When you invest into it, and then they'll promise you, hey, why not? When you invest to me, I give you a 10% per month returns. But if you recruit more than 5 people, now if you recruit more than 5 people, your investment return will not be 10%. I will add another 10% to you every month. So you see, when they offer you something like this, where you refer 5 more people, they will double your investment returns. Now, these are the common way that a pyramid scheme scammer use to get you to onboard. And one good example is MBI International. Now, these are the photos I get from Google Image. If you would like to know more about it, I actually have the link from the Edge Malaysia to share with you. Okay, let me copy and paste to you. Wait. Oh, I can't do it. Okay. Okay, I can't share the link with you, but you can always Google it from the Edge Malaysia. You can go and read about these MBA International's scams in Malaysia. All right. Now, secondly is what we call the Forex or the cryptocurrency scams. Now, these have become more and more common in Malaysia because of the rising, you know, awareness about cryptocurrency. More people know about cryptocurrency, surprisingly. Okay, and that's where the scammers come in, right? So how they do? The scammers will usually use the complexity of the forex trading and the cryptocurrency investment to trick you. So, for example, in cryptocurrency, they are blockchain technology, they are Web3, you know, and they will start to use these kind of sophisticated terms and to sound so professional, sound so legit to you, for you to think that, wow, this investment is so good. No, and they will start to promote you some fake trading platform, some unregulated brokers, or even non-existent crypto tokens, you know, just to get you to invest into it. And sometimes for this kind of scam, you could able to see some fake profits from your online accounts. Okay. And when you do know that this is a scam? When you try to withdraw, they ask you to pay more fee, or they start to on hold your withdrawal. Okay, these are the time that you know that this is a scam. Okay, that you know that this is a scam. I also wanted to share with you one of these article from online. Okay, let me just copy and paste. I'm able to do it right now. Okay, now the first link I share with you is on the Edge on the Ponzi or pyramid scheme. Okay, the second one I'm going to share with you is another forex scam. Okay, forex scam is called RCFX forex scam. These are the quotes, you know, article about the scams. You can go read it out and to read it carefully, because you will know how these scammers actually do their operations. Now, the third one is unlicensed investment scheme. Now, this scheme always involve not only in stock, but also in gold, properties, palm oil, or other commodities, okay, where they will ask you to invest into it for a non-existent asset. Okay, now, for example, you invest into gold contract, but you don't actually invest into it. Okay, so scammer, they will promise you some fixed money return for holding gold. I think this is very common, you know, in gold investment. Other than the Ponzi scheme, they also do this kind of thing. And the very famous one is the Geneva gold scam. Okay, I also happen to have an article for you to actually read it. Okay, if later after today's sharing, you think that, okay, you cannot sleep, try and browse through all these articles, and you will be quite interesting. You know, you'll feel interesting about all these scams and how foolish people get scammed. Okay, right? And The fourth is the fake IPO or stock investment scam. Now, I think this is very common to every one of you. You are very familiar to it, right? So how they do? This fraudster, they will often pose as an investment firm, offer you some fake company shares or pre-IPO investment. The pre-IPO in the past 2 years, they are doing something like the Hong Kong IPO. They will share with you, you know what? Bursa Malaysia's IPO is so hard to ballot and to get it. But don't worry, I have the opportunity to 100% get the IPO for you. Now, I have a few of my, my readers, some followers for my Facebook, they actually share their experience of them being scammed by all these fake IPO scam. And what I can do when I actually heard about their story, I will ask them to go and report police, because the last thing you can do is to lodge a police report. And when the police, take some actions, that if they're able to recover your investment losses, you might be able to earn it back, but high chance you won't get it back, right? But anyhow, we have to lodge the police report anyway, right? So what are the scammers do? They will often tell you, oh, come and buy our exclusive pre-IPO shares. And they will collect a large amount of money from you before they actually disappear. Okay, and this also published on the Edge. Security Commission warns public on some pre-IPO investment scams. I think this article is on last year, if not mistaken, it's last year's articles. Okay, now last but not least is the loan or financing scam. Okay, now how this scam works? Okay, how this scam works? Let me share with you. The scammers will promise you high returns with easy financing. Okay, you know what it means, right? Easy financing means, hey, your profile cannot get that amount of money, but they promise you, you can get it. Let me do it for you. So what you do, you're gonna pay them an upfront fee for them to process the loan for you. And once you get the loan, okay, they will ask a portion of it from you. Now, this is a very recent case where our authority, our enforcement bodies has actually seized about 17 million, from this operation itself. This is called the OpSky, the Operasi Sky, and according to Malaysia Mail, this is I quote it from the Malaysia Mail, this money laundering syndicate has approved about 700 millions in bank loans. Only this syndicate, yeah, they have approved around 700 millions in bank loans. And they took at least 35% of this loan amount, as the service fee. You imagine 35% of a 700 million, how much money they actually earn, just by doing this scam. Right. So these are the few types of investment scams right now happening in Malaysia. And let me share with you some common method used by the scammer. And this is actually sourced from Securities Commission. First thing they will do, they will create a chat group. A lot of the, especially fake IPO scams, some unlicensed investment scam, they will often have this chat group in WhatsApp, in Telegram, okay, and they will ask you to join. And many times they will not ask you to join, but you will be surprised that you have been added into a group, unwillingly. You didn't notice about it, but suddenly you were added by somebody that you don't know into the WhatsApp or the Telegram group. And they will start to do, some investment awareness, some knowledge sharing on the group itself. And there is when they build the trust with you. Okay, so this is the first common method that used by scammer. Okay, I actually took it from Security Commission to do some, awareness to every one of you. Secondly, is clone firm. Okay, if you notice about it, right, some of the scammers, they are very smart. They are very smart. They will try to use company very similar to a legit and well-known investment company. For example, the fake investment scheme, the fake investment scheme might sound like Bursa Malaysia Capital or Bursa Malaysia Gold. They will do something like this, and you will be surprised because Bursa Malaysia has also been telling a lot of people that these are not us. Okay, need to be careful. And if you go to SC Alert List, okay, you will see a lot more clone firm. And it's not only limited to Malaysian companies, yeah. Sometimes they will use some companies like JP Morgan, and then they put in JP Morgan Forex. Sometimes they will use Stroder Limited. Sometimes they will use name like a famous or well-known investment company around the globe, and this is not the real company. They actually do a clone company, just want to scam you. Now, this have to be careful. And last but not least is a deepfake. Okay, deepfake is what I mentioned just now earlier. If you see somebody looks like me promoting you to go into my chat group, to promoting you some very high return investment, don't believe it. Okay, don't believe it. Right. Now, chat group, as I mentioned just now, you will be added into the group unsolicited, and they will start to promote and ask you to make payment to unrelated bank accounts. Okay, these are what they do. And for clone firms, and the defect is as what I mentioned just now. Okay, as what I mentioned just now. Now, let me move on to my third part of our today's sharing. Now, everyone here, are you good? So far, so good? Okay, so far, so if good, you just give me a thumbs up. Okay, if it's so far, so good, you give me a thumbs up. Okay. I want to know, is every one of you still following me? Now, you still, I wanted to know how to actually identify the red flags, okay? All right, I can see a thumbs up. I can see some thumbs up. Very good. Now, let me show you 5 red flags to identify, okay? Number 1, unrealistic return with no risk. Okay, as I mentioned just now earlier, this is a warning, okay? If you see this kind of unrealistic returns, you need to be careful. Now, this is the first trigger for you. So if you see some investment that actually guarantee you about 5% per month, 10% per month, and I'm talking about per month, okay? Let's do some calculation. 5% per month. What is the investment return you will get per year? How much you will get per annum? Anyone good in calculation? Yes, 60%. Do you think that is possible? Do you think it's possible for you to actually earn 60% from the investment without you knowing how to invest it today? Do you think that is possible? Okay, impossible, right? Impossible. Okay, so we need to be careful, right? We need to be careful. Now, second reflex, okay? They will pressure you to act fast. Okay, the scammer will push urgency to you. Hey, we are closing soon. Tomorrow is the last day. Hey, we have limited slot. You are the last one. Do you want to come in or not? Okay, and they will ask you, hey, you need to bank in your money. Hey, faster. Why? Because they want to capture your attention and to make sure you pump in your money before you notice that they are a scam. While in reality, all the legitimate investment, they actually allow you times for decision making, because you need to be sure that what you invest is what you would know. Okay, so in reality, all the good and legitimate investment, we always give you time to do your decision making. Now, when you see some people always push you, be careful about it. All right. Now, third red flag, okay, there's no proper registration or licensing. Okay, when you see all these kind of fake registrations or non-proper licensing or no license at all, higher chance that this is a scam. Now, this is also one of the red flags that we need to always look up. So always verify the companies or the registration of the person or the investment scheme with Security Commissions Malaysia and also Bank Negara Malaysia, because they are the 2 largest regulatory bodies in Malaysia to look after our investment and also our money, right? So we always verify with them before we actually do the investment. Okay, now the number 4, the fourth red flag is lack of transparency. Okay, now lack of transparency often happen in unlicensed investment activities. Okay, now let me give you an example. When this, scammer come to you and they offer you something sounds so legit, okay, and you start to question them, hey, you're offering me about 5% per month. How do you make it? You start throwing question like this. How do you actually make it 5% per month? What do you invest in? You ask question, you throw more question. And when this person, when they are scammer, they don't actually have the answer for you. So they will tell you, oh, our boss is very smart. Oh, our company is very good. We can invest every month 10% return, no problem. But they don't actually answer to your question, you see. You ask them, hey, what do we actually invest in? They don't really know. They will tell you, oh, we actually invest into, gold. Sometimes we invest into companies, They will start to give you some, not so sure answer. So when you face this kind of thing, you will know, oh, this investment scheme, they are lack of transparency. Now, when there is lack of transparency, it is one of the red flag for you to start to alert you that this might be an investment scam. And last but not least is the fake endorsement and also testimonial. Sometimes they will use some photos of celebrities, whether real or a deep fake, we don't really know. But they will use some fake endorsement, and sometimes they will just tell you, you know what? I'm actually approved and licensed by Ministry of Finance. I'm actually approved and I'm holding license from US SEC. I'm actually holding license from Singapore MAS. They will just use all these endorsement, but you don't really know whether this is a fake one or a real one. So what we're going to do is to verify. Always verify the endorsement through official sources. Okay, and this is one of the ways for us to identify it. Now, these are the 5 red flags that I wanted to share with you. And let me give you a real life example. Okay, a real life example that I personally have encountered. Okay, and at the moment when I was added into this WhatsApp group, I knew it was a scam. So in the past, I've always been added into some random WhatsApp groups or some random Telegram channel where I know they are scammers. Okay, and what I will do usually will be to remove myself from that group or that channel immediately when I notice it. Now this time round, I'm not only staying in the group, but also there to do some research because I wanted to know how these people actually do their scams. How long for them to build trust and to start, gather money from you. So I was added into this WhatsApp group. It's called a C2 Lucas Financial Channel. And beware, it is a scam. Okay, I have already reported it. It is a scam. Right. So when I was added into it, I don't really know who actually the one added me. I don't know where my phone number leaks actually. But I was added. So when I was added into it, this fake guru name is Lucas will always do daily activity, and he will share very in-depth knowledge to you about the market. Hey, you know what? Today the market is going to be like this, like this, like this. I think I will do this kind of investment strategy for today. So he will start to share some of his strategy, some of his knowledge into the group. And you know what is the beauty about it? He's not only sharing about the strategy that he used, he will also ask you to do some daily activities. So he want you to always, answer ready in the group so that they will reward you with some touch and go reload pins. They will give you some, points and tell you, you know what, when you gather about 10 points, 1,000 points, you can convert it into cash. Now, they will do some reward system, just ask you to take action. Why? Because why they want you to have such interaction with them in the group. Do you know why? Anyone know why these scammers they want to engage you? to have, yes, you are right, because they want to build the trust with you. So when they know that you are there regularly, you always reply to them, you read their knowledge sharings and whatnot, and that's the time they knew that the trust has been built between you and him, and that's when the time they will start to invite you, to register and invest your money into some fake platform. Now, in this real life case, actually, it's a cryptocurrency scam. Now, at first, this scammer actually shared about stock investment and some general investment knowledge. And suddenly he just shifted into crypto and saying, you know what, Donald Trump is elected, has been re-elected as a president. I foresee cryptocurrency will be the next bull run. So he start to venture into crypto and start to tell you about, hey, crypto is good, good, good. And then he will go and share with you a fake investment platform that he used. And you will often see there will be fake testimonials as well from the group. So there will be fake people in the group that tell you, hey, I have actually deposited 10,000 US dollar, 50,000 US dollar, and I'm making money. I'm so happy. Thank you very much. You will see this kind of fake testimonial. Okay, don't believe in it, because more often these are the scammers. They just have many accounts to go and do the engagement interaction, so that you feel that this is so real. Okay, so let me tell you, everyone is scammers' target. Everyone. Okay, when I mentioned just now, go and Google search for articles, you will see. Okay, from my screenshot over here, we have some Malaysian, we have some contractor, we even have remisiers lost about 1.6 million to online stock scam. How foolish it is. See, even a remisier, when we always think that, hey, you know what, we are very smart, even a remisier will also become the victim of the scams. So it's not always about the knowledge or how smart we are, but it is the other way around. How smart and how brilliant is our scammers today? We have teachers, we have doctors, we have plenty more. See, managers, engineers, dentists. I would say everyone here is the target of our scammer. Right. So after we have learned about the 5 red flags and everything, here to go with some website for you to verify the identity or the licensing of a person. So from today's onward, when somebody approach you for investment opportunity, always verify their identity. Okay, always verify their identity and their licenses. Now, first thing is go to the Securities Commission's website. Okay, Security Commission is the regulatory body for all the investment in Malaysia. Okay, regulated investment. So we are talking about shares, we're talking about unit trust, even talking about cryptocurrency, some digital assets, and these are all regulated by Securities Commission. Okay, so first thing is Securities Commission. There will be two websites for you. One is to look out for the investor alert list. Now, these are what we call the blacklist. Some blacklisted company on SC. You can always look it up. Okay. And the second thing is to go and check and verify on a licensed person. Now, when somebody come and tell you, hey, I'm actually a financial planner, always go to this website, and to look him up. You can type his name, try to get his full name and get his IC number and whatnot, and you can actually search this guy. Okay, if you really don't have the full name, don't worry, you get his surname. Okay, because a surname or their last name, you'll be able to search if their surname is so special, right? For me, for example, my surname is Poh, P-O-H, and I doubt there are not many of licensed person with their surname in Securities Commission. So feel free, you can just search me up with P-O-H. You might see my name over there. Okay, not you might, you will see my name over there, right? Because I'm a licensed person, right? So these are the website. I will share you with the link later on after I done with this slide. So secondly is the Bank Negara Malaysia. Okay, now Bank Negara Malaysia, we have a few sites for you to actually go and verify. First thing is the Financial Consumer Alert List. Now, this is something similar to the SC Investor Alert List, but this is more comprehensive in terms of, because Bank Negara, they are not only governed for the investment, they only govern for the money scam, for example, Forex, okay? So this will fall under Bank Negara itself, okay? And some of the gold scams, finance scams, it will fall under this Financial Consumer Alert List on Bank Negara Malaysia. Now, if you're looking for licensed entity, go on to Financial Sector Participants Directory from Bank Negara. You will see whether these are banks, brokers, money changers, digital assets platform operators, and unit trust company. You can also investment banks and whatnot. You can also search them over there. And also on the licensed person, we've called a financial advisor representative, someone like me, a financial advisor. You can also search us up over in the Bank Negara website, right? And the third one will be the Federation of Investment Managers Malaysia. This is specifically tailored for unit trust consultant. Okay, so when there is a unit trust consultant approaches you with some unit trust investment, you can also search them out. Okay, ask for their license number, because everyone, when you are licensed, you have your license number and you also have your license card. Now let me share you with let me show you my my cards. Okay, as a licensed person, we do have a cards actually. Okay, now this is the cards for me as a financial planner and advisor. Okay, so this is from the Association of Financial Advisor. You can see my license number, my full name, my principal company, and everything on the card itself. So when you are approached by somebody who identified themselves as a licensed person, ask for their identity and ask for their membership or their licensing. Okay, now I will post it in the chat box. Feel free to save it, save all the websites here so you can always go to verify them. And okay, and when there's somebody asks you to actually transfer or invest your money into their bank accounts, okay, what you should do. First thing, do not transfer money to account or to anybody that you do not know. Okay, do not transfer. Even I ask you to transfer money to me today, don't transfer because you don't know me at all. Don't transfer money to me. I'm worried about it. Okay. Secondly, always check the account holder before you make the deposit. Okay. Check the name, whether this person is the right person that you are transferring the money to. If it's not, okay, always remember rules number 1. Do not transfer to them because you don't know the person. Okay. Number 3, check the account number at semakmil.rmp.government.gov.my. Okay, now this is a website from the PDRM, our Royal Malaysian Police, to actually keep track on the mil accounts reported in Malaysia. Now this is only catered for the reported mil accounts, not all bank accounts in Malaysia. All right, so if you don't see the account number on Semak Mil, it doesn't mean that they are not a mil account, just that they haven't get reported. Just that they haven't get reported. And when you are in doubt, always follow first advice, which is do not transfer the money. Okay, now let me quickly go through the last part of my sharing today. Will be the 4 ways for you to report investment scams in Malaysia. Any one of you know how to actually report investment scam? Give me number 8 if you know how to report and you have reported any investment scam before. You have this experience. Give me number 8. I can see many of you don't, right? Let me share with you some general guides. Okay, some general guides on who and what authority that you can report to. Okay, now for bank or authority impersonation, you can always go to police, Bank Negara, SC, and also Bursa Malaysia. Okay, you look at the cross. Okay, they tell you who you can report it to. Okay, and don't only report to one, but you can report to all authorities. Okay, if let's say you are in loan scam, love scam, ATM card scam, Forex scam, okay, you go to police and also Bank Negara Malaysia. Okay, because Forex is related to Bank Negara Malaysia. And when you encounter investment scam. When we talk about investment scam, it's something like IPO scam, stock investment scam, you know, crypto scams. You go to Police, Securities Commission, and Bursa Malaysia. When it's related to IPO or stock investment, you can also report it to Bursa Malaysia. Okay. And number 4 and number 5 is actually other scams. For example, e-commerce scam, love scam, and whatnot. You report all to police. Now, if you have looked at this general guide, you will see the first thing and the compulsory authority that you need to report it to is the police. Okay, so always first thing, lodge a police report. Okay, now let me give you also some general advice quoted from Securities Commission. First thing, if you actually think that you has been scammed, do not panic. Okay, do not panic. Secondly, after you come down, cancel all the future transactions. Call to all the banks that you have actually transferred the money. Ask them, hey, can you on hold my payment if you haven't done so? Okay, ask them to on hold your payment and do not make any further payment after you get back all your money. Okay, and I want to share with you also to keep records of all the information pertaining to the investment. For example, the agent, the salesperson who approached you, his name card, his WhatsApp conversation, you know, the material that he sent it to you. And you can also list down the chronology, the conversation, and the timeline. You know, when I met this guy and when he started to approach me for this kind of investment, and when I feel that I have been scammed, do a timeline. And then go to your nearest police station and make your police report. Okay, and always after you make the police report, file a complaint with the relevant authorities. Okay, now this is a general advice. And last but not least, I would like to share with you some of the things. First thing, NSRC, call 997. Okay, call 997. And if I'm not mistaken, NSRC has now been merged under another task force from our minister, our ministry. It's called an NFR something. Okay, I need to double check on this. Okay, they have been has been restructured, okay, by our ministry. So we have to look into it as well. But NSRC will still be there. Just call 997 when you think that you have been scammed by any type of scams. Okay, you can just call 997. And the operating hours is really 8 a.m. in the morning until 8 p.m. at night. Okay, now after that, lodge a police report at your nearest police stations. Okay, with all the documents that you have, you know, the conversations, all the proof, you know, that you have, that you get it. Okay, and go to a police station. After that, file a complaint to the relevant authority. For example, SC, you know, when it is related to Securities Commission, how do you file the reports? How do you file the complaints? These are the things. Take down the screenshot of it, okay? Or I can also give you the link of it, okay? You can just go on to the website and to have more information on how to file complaints to Securities Commission, okay? And not only Securities Commission, you can also file a complaint to Bank Negara Malaysia. Just go on to the bnm.bnm.gov.my. There will be a portal from Bank Negara Malaysia to actually receive your complaints, okay, about anything, not only scams, but about anything, okay? So you can just go on to this. And if you need more additional information about scams, how to prevent, how to you know, how to be smart about identify all the scams, I hope today you have learned it from me today, okay? And if you want to have more updates, you know, just go on to this website called #JanganKenaScam. This is a nationwide anti-scam campaign launched by the banking associations to promote anti-scams and to create awareness to every one of you here, and also your friends, your families, your relatives, on how are we going to prevent ourselves being the victim of the scam. All right, now let me just summarize everything before I pass the floor back to Alia. Okay, always stay alert, everyone. Always stay alert. And I hope after today, you have already developed the eager eyes within you and me, And last but not least, I want everyone to actually remember this. Sharing is caring. When you learn this, how to identify, always share it with your friends. Okay, your friends, your family members, everyone that you have met, share with them this knowledge that you have learned today. Can I have the agreement with every one of you to actually share this knowledge you have to everyone? If you think yes, okay, just type in share, SHARE. Okay, I want you to do so, because you see, when we do a webinar like this, we can only share our knowledge to a limited people, because the webinar can only cater for 500 people. Then that's why we have YouTube live as well, right? If your friends is not in our live, our Zoom today, right, you can go on to LiveChamp YouTube channel. There is a live video from that. Click on the link, share it to your friends, ask them, hey, you don't need to actually watch the entire 2 hours sharing. Just, go on to understand the 5 red flags and everything else. I want you to share with them so that everyone of us can prevent ourselves to become the victim of a scam, and we have more money to invest and to grow our wealth together and to get financial freedom one day, right? And with that, thank you every one of you here today. I'm going to pass my session back to Alia for the Q&A. So if you have any question, just put out in the Q&A sessions, the column. All right.
Mr. George, can you unshare the screen?
Sorry.
Can you please unshare the screen?
Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. George Paul, for your invaluable insight and wonderful sharing with us earlier. So now we will proceed to the Q&A session, and I encourage all attendees to submit any question you may have in the Q&A box so that Mr. George Paul can address to your question accordingly. Okay, so we got the first question. Despite regulation from the Securities Commission (SC) and Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM), scams still thrive. What are the biggest loopholes in Malaysia regulatory framework that scammer exploit?
Thank you for the question. I'll put it this way. Not only that the scammers actually exploit on the regulatory framework. As I mentioned just now, the one of the reason that the investment scam is rising in Malaysia is because of digitalization, the social media, and this is something that I would say our government, they have a limited hands in approaching to the social media's giants. For example, Meta. Everyone is using Facebook, and I'm assure you, a lot more investment scam is actually happening on Facebook itself. Alone in Facebook, I think it's a lot more compared to other social media. But one thing is that we have no control over Facebook on what item that they post and what item that they cannot post. We have no control on it. So when there is no control on it, the scammers, they actually notice this kind of loophole in the social media platform, and they play around with it and exploit this kind of a loophole on social media. So it's not only about our regulatory system, our framework, but also on the digital platform, because these are all the giants that they don't have base in Malaysia. And I think this is one of the reasons why our government is asking Facebook to actually place their server and to have their company set up here, so we have more control over it. So this is the number one thing. And second thing, when you think about the biggest loophole in regulatory framework itself, I think it's more towards the unlicensed investment schemes. When this happens, I think the responsibility falls within the regulatory body and also us as a consumer or investor. Because you know what? Some fun fact to every one of you here, a lot more victims of the investment scam or unlicensed investment scam, they rather not to report themselves, to police or to SC and to lodge a complaint. Why? Because they don't want to look stupid. You see, I have some answer there. People are shy. I think shy is, you are just too modest about it. People just don't want to look stupid when they go out to tell people, hey, I kena scam, people just don't like to do that. So when a lot of people, they don't do that, they don't go and report, they don't do and lodge the, tell complaint to SC, how will Securities Commission know? Because Malaysia is so huge. If the scammer, just go and start their operation at a small kampong or a city, how will Securities Commission know? They will not, right? So we need to do our parts. When you have been approached by all these unlicensed one, always lodge a complaint to Securities Commission so they know. Okay, so they will know and they will take actions. All right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. George. Okay, for the next question is, if the scam occurred 2 to 4 years ago and now file a police report, is it too late?
I would say yes, it is too late, but still worth it to actually lodge a report, because if the scam has been occurred, in the past 2 to 4 years, but we don't know whether the scammer is still active in the market, and they are still out there to scam people. So when you have not report this to the police before, you can do so, but I doubt that you can gather a lot more information because it has been past 2 to 4 years, right? But just give it a try, just give it a try.
All right.
Yep.
So, next question. How do scammers take advantage of fear of missing out, FOMO, and urgency to pressure investor?
Okay, a good question. When we talk about FOMO, they usually will use the tactic of higher investment returns, because you see, when they started to tell you about the investment returns that they are earning, okay, this is the first thing that they will use, right? First tactic. But this is not all, because if you have no trust with this scammer, whatever amount of money that they earn, you will not have the FOMO effect on you, right? But the FOMO effect is actually not only from there. You see, there was some cumulative FOMO from your surrounding. For example, you have some good friends, they're actually doing well in the investment, and they are actually expert on to it. But you see, wow, this friend of mine can do this kind of investment return. Why not I can also do? You see, people are very shy and people are ego. So when your friends is actually doing good in investment, you don't always go and ask him, hey, how do you do that? Can you teach me? But rather, you will believe this scammer, because he can give you some quick way to earn the same, same returns that your friends are doing. And he might use more than 2 years, 5 years to master the skill to invest. But this scammer give you 5 days, 5 hours, and you start to invest into it. And these are the cumulative effect on FOMO, because it's not only the scammer, but also your surrounding, your friends, your family's member who are very good in investment, and you will start to, fall victim to the scammers. So this is how FOMO works. All right.
Okay, thank you, Mr. George. So since we do not have much time left, we'll just take one more question. Can? All right.
Yes.
So, our next question. Some scammers use threats to stop victim from reporting them. What is the best way to handle this?
Okay. If if the scammers come and threat you, I always see what are they saying to you. Somebody, they will threat you with your life, and whatnot. Always go to police. You see, always go to police. Whatever, at which level of the threat they are actually doing to you, and they're threatening you, get police protections. It's better, because you yourself, you don't have the ability to fight against the scammer, and our police, they have the ability. If you lost the police report and you say, hey, the scammer is threatening my life, they're throwing some, painting, some red pens to my house, you see, they are threatening your life is in danger, tell this to the police. Okay, ask for some protection from them. This is our rights as a citizen. So always do that, and don't compromise to the scammers. I would say don't always compromise to the scammer. We need to stay firm. Okay, and be smart. Be smart.
All right. Okay, thank you. So we would like to sincerely thank Mr. George Poh for taking the time to respond the question asked. I hope that all of you have accurate, new, and useful knowledge from this session. May the insight shared today prove to be advantageous in your investment and trading pursuit.